Call the meeting to order. Municipality of Oakland-Wawanesa would like to acknowledge and recognize we are treaty land operating on Treaty 1 and Treaty 2 lands, being the original territory of the Anishinaabe and the Dakota Nations and the homeland of the Métis Nation. First item is the adoption of the agenda. Be it resolved that the agenda for the October 15, 2024 meeting be accepted as presented. I'll move that. Councillor Jones, seconder. Councillor McDonald, all in favor? Be it resolved that the minutes of September 17, 2024 regular meeting of council be hereby approved as circulated. Move that. Councillor Hatch, seconder. Councillor McDonald. Any errors or omissions? All in favor? Be it resolved that the October 8, 2024 general accounts payable, being checks number 7551 to 7582, in the amount of $146,761.32 be hereby approved. Move that Councillor McGregor, seconded by Councillor Fisher. Discussion? Favor? Be it resolved to direct deposit 329 being staff payroll for the period September 2nd to September 13th, 2024, in the amount of $13,890.13 be hereby approved. Is that Councillor McGregor, second Councillor McDonald. Discussion? All in favor? Sure. Be it resolved that direct deposit 330 being staff payroll for the period September 16th to September 27th, 2024, in the amount of $14,448.49 be hereby approved. We will do that. Councillor Fisher, second Councillor Hatch. Discussion? All in favor? Here. Be resolved that direct deposit 331 being staff payroll for the period September 30th to October 11th, 2024, in the amount of $15,571.43 be hereby approved. Moved by Councillor McDonald, seconder. Councillor Fisher, discussion. All in favor? Be resolved that direct deposit 332 being council indemnities for the month of September 2024 in the amount of $5,220.66 be hereby approved. Move that. Councillor McGregor, seconder. Councillor Hatch. Discussion. All in favor? Carried. Be resolved that the October 8, 2024 utility accounts payable being checks number 1189 to 1194 in the amount of $7,581.42 be hereby approved. Moved by Councillor McDonald, seconder. Councillor McGregor. Discussion. All in favor? Be it resolved that the revenue expenditures, the statement of revenue and expenditures report to September 30th, 2024 be received as presented by Councillor McGregor, seconder. Councillor McDonald. Discussion. All in favor? Be it resolved that the bank reconciliations for the month of September 2024 be approved as previously circulated. Moved by Councillor McDonald, seconder. Councillor Hatch. Discussion. All in favor? Carried. Okay. Now, public hearing. No, that's not till 9:15.
9:15.
Time for that. So we'll move on to communications.
Okay, under the order of communications, there are several from the Association of Manitoba Municipalities. They are dated September the 10th, 2 on September the 13th, September the 20th, 2 on September 27th, and 1 on October the 8th. There is introduction information from Biz for Climate. Clean Farms are putting out their reminder once again that they are phasing out of collections of the ag chemical jugs. We received notification crossing from CPKC for their activity on the rail line September the 19th and September the 20th. Emergency Management Organization provided information on investment in resilience. The Federation of Canadian Municipalities provided communiques dated September the 16th, the 19th, the 23rd, and the 25th as well as October the 1st and October the 7th. There was information from Indigenous Governance and Racial Capitalism, a practical online workshop. Manitoba and Northwest Ontario Command, the Military Service Recognition Book, sent him a thank you. Manitoba Association of Watersheds sent information on their 2024 conference. Manitoba Beef Producers sent an invitation for the Fall District meeting and their AGM. Manitoba Public Safety Communications Service sent their Q3 communication. Manitoba Public Service Commission sent information on the whistleblower protection. The Minister of Municipal and Northern Relations sent out information on the final payment for the 2024 operating grant. National Veterans Week sent out their speakers program, and the RCMP sent out information on anyone wanting to hold meetings during the AMM convention.
Okay, be it resolved that the above noted communications be received. Councillor Fisher, seconder Councillor Jones. Discussion. All in favor? Okay, committee reports. Councillor Fisher, you have a written report. Anything to add to your report?
Can I ask a question as to my report?
Certainly.
Methven Road has been extremely busy in the last few days. And I'd like to commend whoever did the calcium on the road, but they should have made it twice as long. There was a couple of days the wind was just absolutely horrible and people just got inundated by dust. There wasn't that many gravel trucks, but there was a hell of a lot of potato trucks, and we can't deny people the right to farm. But and we do get an aggregate fee, do we not, from them to use that road? Is that money all used for that road, or does it go to general revenue? Because there's a couple places that punched out really bad, and it's going to be fixed. And I just would like that concern of a couple of ratepayers as to possibly looking at that. So
For the transportation committee.
Yep.
And then Councillor Jones, do you have a written report? Anything to add?
One thing to add is again a question. When will we be putting up snow fences, or are we putting up snow fences?
Again, I would suggest that probably the transportation committee would come up with that criteria. What we did last year, when did we do that last year?
We put up 2 last year. A couple residents put up their own last year. We've just gotten away. To be honest, the ridging works better because we can ridge far out, and then it stops like well before the road.
Okay. Yeah, but something to take it up with the transportation committee.
Yeah.
Anything further, Councillor Jones?
No.
Councillor Ash, you have a written report. Anything to add?
Nothing more to add.
Councillor McDonald, written report. Anything to add to yours? Nothing. Councillor McGregor, you have a written report. Anything to add to your report? Nothing. To add to my report? PAO report. Anything to add?
Nothing further.
Finance officer, anything to add to the report?
Nothing to add.
Public Works, anything to add to your report? The fire chief report. Be it resolved that the verbal and written reports be received. Move that. Second. McGregor, all in favor? Okay, we want to.
You could go into a couple of the items under general business, and we'll go back to the public hearings. The extension. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, whereas in 2021, Devin Willocks was the successful bidder for the purchase of lots 7 to 10, block 6, plan 140, BLTO, located in Carroll, Manitoba. And whereas in accordance with land disposition policy number PR 001, an offer of purchase agreement was entered into. And whereas in accordance with the offer to purchase agreement, the purchaser can request an extension to the 2-year construction requirement. And whereas the purchaser has requested a 1-year extension, now therefore be it resolved that the request for a 1-year extension to the offer to purchase agreement for lots 7 to 10, lot 6, plan 140, BLTO located in Carroll, Manitoba, be approved. Do I have somebody to move that? Councilor McDonald, seconder. Councilor Hatch, discussion. Councilor McGurran.
Mr. Chairman, do we have any background on why the 2-year requirement met and what the plans are going forward?
Yes. So Mr. Willocks actually works out of province, and so he has been doing the cleanup as he's been home. He had requested a 1-year extension last year with the expectation that he would be done by this fall. He has done a lot more work on it, but there are still a few things he would like to do, and he knows he's not going to get it completed by the end of fall.
Yes. Question, all in favor? Carried. Be it resolved that the proposed fiber path along Road 44 North, across Road 106 West in southeast quarter 17/8/18 WPM, as outlined on the map attached to correspondence dated September 25th, 2024, from RF Now, be approved subject to the terms and conditions of installation agreement dated October 26, 2023. Mover, somebody to move that. Councilor McGregor, seconder, Councilor Fisher. Discussion. Councilor
No, Mr. Chairman, Chelsea, do you see any issue with this?
No.
Thank you.
all in favor? Be it resolved that the proposed fiber path along 43 North between roads 108 West and Road 107 West in southeast quarter 7/8/18 WPM, as outlined on the map attached to correspondence dated September 27, 2024 from RF Now, be accepted subject to the terms and conditions of the installation agreement dated October 26, 2023. Move that. Seconder. Councillor Hatch. Discussion. All in favor?
Probably have time for one more.
One more. Okay, be it resolved that the agreement with MWM Environmental will be extended for another 1-year period as proposed, including a percentage increase for the 2024 consumer price index increase, whereby the extension is to allow for additional input to the province on the transition of recycling model to a full extended producer responsibility model. I'm going to move that. Councilor McGregor, seconder. Councilor Fisher, discussion. Councilor McGregor.
Mr. Chairman, do we have an indication of what we're using for CPI?
We won't know for the annual one until closer to the end of the year. When we were doing the special levy for this, we did allow for 5% increase.
So are there, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just noting that Stats Canada shows the annual at 1.088. So at the end of August. So
Yeah, so hopefully it is much lower than it had been when we had to do this previously.
Our existing agreement goes to when?
The contract actually expires this year, but because the province is doing this extended producer responsibility model, they are saying that if any municipality is wanting to re-tender, that the province actually has to approve the tender first. It's probably, until we know what they're doing with the recycling, it's probably better just to extend the existing agreement for a year and wait and see what the proposal is going to look like.
All in favor? So let's go back here. This is the conditional use and the general business. Be it resolved that the conditional use application.
We need to go into regular meetings. Sorry, we need to be back under public hearings. Sorry about that.
Yeah, be resolved that the regular meeting of council be recessed to allow council to hold public hearings to receive representations from any person who wishes to make them in respect to a conditional use and variation applications. By Donald, seconder. Seconder. Councillor Jones. All in favor? Okay.
Okay, so the first public hearing is a conditional use application from Oakland Colony. They are wanting to construct a church on their ag general lands. If there is anybody in the audience who would like to come forward, I would invite you to do so at this time. And there appears to be no one.
Okay. Whereas all representatives in regard to the conditional use application number C4/2024 to allow a place.
To allow a place of worship in the ag general.
That's the one we're doing.
Yeah.
Ag general zone on part of northeast quarter 8819 WPM Oakland Colony has been dealt with. Therefore, be it resolved that the public hearing be concluded. Please move that. Councillor Fisher, second. Councillor McGregor. All in favor?
Okay, and the second public hearing is a variation application, and it is to reduce a rear yard setback from 2 feet to 0 feet in the residential general zone of Wawanesa, and that is to add an addition to an existing garage. And I would note that the applicant is in the audience if council should have any questions.
Anybody? Councillor McGregor?
Mr. Chairman, I just took a very quick drive by and I don't know if I'm losing my mind, but I don't see an existing garage. Am I just looking at the wrong property here?
I think you might be looking at the wrong property.
Okay.
It's I believe it's the old mayor's house, 126. There's it's attached garage. It's an attached garage to the house. And a slant
Oh, okay.
with the side wing.
Oh, okay. So I think I was expecting it to be close to the back lane, but we're actually close to.
Okay, whereas all representatives in regard to the variation application V4/2024 to reduce the rear yard setback from 2 feet to 0 feet in an RG residential general zone at 126 Second Street, Wawanesa, Baudette, have been dealt with. Therefore, be it resolved that the public hearings be concluded and council resume its normal order of business. I'm going to move that. Councilor Donald, second. Councilor Fisher, all in favor? That's what it's going.
No, it's a side yard setback, shouldn't it be? Instead of rear.
Rear yard.
No, on the map, it looked as if it was a rear yard setback. Maybe just clarification from you. This is actually a side yard. This would be the rear yard, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so then what we should be doing is making the approval for a side yard setback.
Okay.
So give me one moment.
Okay, yeah, that's okay.
The existing garage is already there, so we're just doing the addition to it, but we're not stopping in between.
No.
And tied into the back of the house too, right?
It's gonna be tied into the back corner.
Absolutely. You want.
I just went down the lane very quickly looking for something that was already close to the
Yeah.
back lane.
Sorry, Julie, maybe I shouldn't have said.
Yeah.
So.
I have to look and see what it is.
Oh, yeah, then,
Nobody there.
it's what they'd be using. Yeah, I think it's what- And the rest of it- I didn't come up with it.
Okay, so side yard. Accessory buildings, side yard would be going from 3 feet to 0.
And part of the building, or the house is already at the 0 feet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So then to change that in the,
Well,
in with on general business.
we should see whether,
Oh, we have to have it. No, we did do.
we haven't done the approval of the conditional
No.
use yet.
That's, yeah. We'll go with
Yeah.
General business.
Yeah.
Okay, we resolved the conditional use application number C4/2024 to allow a place of worship in the agricultural general zone on part of northeast quarter 8819 WPM, the Oakland Colony, be approved. To move that. Mr. Fisher, seconder. Councilor McDonald, discussion? All in favor? Oh, sorry. Councilor McDonald?
Oh, did you have a question?
You go first.
Mr. Chairman, a question. So I see part of the building to be used for worship. Part that's the hallway and laundry and storage. Would they pay exempt on the whole building or what, or just on that part that is?
What we would have to do is check with the assessment department. They would come out and do a review of it. If the laundry part of it is tied in with the church, so if it is any linens or whatever for any of their services, it's likely that they would have it as all exempt. If the laundry is being used for another purpose, they would likely divide it between church and,
So it's assessor that
yes.
takes it over. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to see a little bit more detail of what the extra 120 feet by 60 feet is going to be used for. Just, that's a 2/3 of that property is not the church, or the building,
Would you like to table the matter until we can get some additional information from them?
possibly.
Have an motion on? Councilor Jones, we have a seconder. Councilor Hatch. All in favor of tabling motion? I'm sorry. Ed?
Just to have one thing. Is there a church there already?
This would be a new build.
So there's no existing church on the site?
Not that I was aware of, no. They said that they wanted to construct a church.
Yes? All in favor? Okay, be it resolved that the variation application number V4/2024 to reduce the side yard setback from 3 feet to 0 feet to accommodate a garage addition at 126 Second Street in Wawanesa under Baudette be approved. Move that. Councilor McDonald, seconder, Councilor Jones, discussion? All in favor? Carried.
I will send the information out to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. And if you want, anything else for Council Spirit Sounds?
Yes.
Let's see.
I just, like, debit on this video where exactly where. do this.
Okay, we have the Spirit Sands Medical Clinic in Glenboro. Maybe you can give us some background on that, where that,
All right,
this was
so
initially we did put it forward to,
receive additional information, but as I recall, council's discussion at the time was that at that point in time, there was no desire to contribute financially to a clinic that was not in this municipality, given that there was already some medical facilities here. They have now reached out to 5 municipalities. They've included information on approximately how many patients they receive from each of the municipalities. And they have based their request for financing on the number of patients that they receive. Of course, currently there is nothing in council's budget that would allow for that this year. The recommendation, just based on council's previous discussion, was that the request be denied. If council wanted to change that and consider it as part of their budget considerations going into 2025, that motion could be put forward instead.
okay, so we're looking at a resolution to deal with the matter. You resolve that the request from Spirit Sands Medical Clinic be denied. Somebody wish to move that? Councillor Jones, seconder. Councillor McGregor. Discussion? Councillor McGregor?
Mr. Chairman, like, I am slightly confused by the whole project, and I should have thought of this question here, but like, is this not a provincial responsibility?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just, all this stuff is being handed down to municipalities. To retain and to get doctors and nurses have been shuffled down to municipalities, and that's the provincial responsibility. I'm concerned. However, anybody else have any? Councillor McDonald?
Mr. Chairman, so what exactly are we going to vote on here? Just so I'm clear in my,
To deny the request for funding.
so we're voting on denying.
Further? All in favor? Okay. Be it resolved that pending adherence with council sanctions, Councillor Rome be registered to attend the AAMM convention. Somebody to move that. Councillor McGregor, seconder. Councillor Fisher, discussion?
Just a quick question. Is, with the sanctions, is it all council duties? That's what it is, right?
Yes, there can be no duties or powers conducted as a member of council until the sanctions are met.
I'm just being devil's advocate here. Is being registered to the convention go under that?
I did check, and what I was told is that the AMN convention is for councils to network and become involved with other members of council and to take workshops. And so, yes, it was the belief that it was part of the duties and functions.
Is there any workshops at the convention that would possibly be with the adherence to the sanction?
There might very well be, but the sanctions outline that the member of council has to provide the 2 letters of apology as well as the plan for council approval prior to it being accepted.
Yes, there's okay, Councillor McDonald.
Yes, so on this, so if he adheres to the sanctions before that, he could be registered, but he has to meet all the.
Yes, to meet the requirements.
Okay.
All sanctions. There's also a requirement to be registered by such and such a date. So that should be
November 4th, I believe, is the
Okay.
registration.
cut off. So they'd have to be done by that time. All in favor? Opposed? Councillor Jones, you're not
No.
abstaining?
And Councillor Jones, but I apparently have to have a reason for abstention.
You have to have a reason.
I believe I'm supposed to have.
I'm just being neutral.
Okay, be it resolved that the report of the Chief Administrative Officer dated September 23rd, 2024, related to audit findings letter be received. Please move that, please. McDonald, seconder. Mr. McGregor, discussion. All in favor? Okay, beginning with the lagoon. Debenture, be it resolved that the request of Leonard Plett for the cancellation of arrears and the removal of per parcel charges on roll number 221518 be denied. Somebody to move that. Councillor Hatch, seconder. Councillor McGregor, discussion. Councillor Jones.
Can we get a little background on this?
Certainly. So this goes back, starting at the time where the debenture was put into place for the lagoon. And what Mr. Plett is indicating is that because the Schedule C that was originally attached to that bylaw does not include the new roll numbers from this subdivision, that they shouldn't be included on the per parcel charges. Again, in speaking with the province, because they have a bylaw maintenance program, so that in fact you don't need to bring a bylaw back to be amended every time there's a subdivision or if anybody consolidates properties. You can do it through the bylaw maintenance program. That was what was done, and Mr. Plett is disagreeing with that.
All in favor? Okay, be it resolved that to observe various statutory holidays, the municipal office be closed from Saturday, December 21st, 2024 to reopen on Thursday, January 2nd, 2025. Please move that. Councillor Jones, seconder. Councillor Fisher. Discussion. This covers both Christmas, New Year's.
Yes, it does.
Days, sir.
And it is taken out of vacation time.
Okay, all in favor? Be it resolved, the waste transfer stations be closed Wednesday, December 25th and Thursday, December 26th, 2024, and Wednesday, January 1st, 2025, whereby the Oakland Waste Transfer Station shall be open on Thursday, January 2nd, 2025, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. To move that, Councillor Jones, seconder, Councillor Fisher. Discussion on that? All in favor? Be it resolved that this regular meeting now adjourned to an in-camera meeting to discuss matters as per subsections 152(3)(b)(2) of the Municipal Act related to personnel issues, and all matters discussed in camera are confidential until discussed in an open meeting as per section 83(1)(d) of the Municipal Act. Move that. Councilor McGregor, seconder. Councilor Fisher, all in favor? Be resolved that this in-camera meeting does now resume back to a regular meeting. Move that. Councillor Fisher, seconder. Councillor Hatch, all in favor? Be resolved that the report of the Personnel and Policy Committee dated October 7th, 2024 be received. Move that. Councillor Fisher, seconder. Councillor McDonald, all in favor? Carried. Be resolved that commencing October 2024, the administrative assistance be paid in accordance with the information provided by the Chief Administration Officer dated October 7th, 2024. Somebody move that. Mr. McDonald, seconder. Councillor McGregor. Discussion. All in favor? Be it resolved, this meeting does now adjourn to meet again on November 19, 2024, 9 a.m. at the Municipal Office in Wawanesa. Moved by Councillor Hatch, seconder. Councillor McDonald, all in favor? Carried.